Welcome back to our channel Pocket Change Coins. Coin enthusiasts. If you love discovering hidden treasures in your coin collection or in your pocket change, today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're going to take a close look at an often overlooked coin that has the potential to be worth thousands of dollars, the 1975 Jefferson nickel. You might have one of these tucked away in a jar or in your collection without realizing just how valuable it could be. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American currency since 1938, and it pays tribute to one of the country's founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. The design of the nickel has remained largely the same over the years, with Jefferson's profile appearing on the obverse and his home, Monticello, featured on the reverse. It's a simple yet iconic coin that has circulated millions of times in U.S. history. But today, we're focusing on the 1975 version of this classic coin and why it could be more valuable than you might think. At face value, the 1975 Jefferson nickel is worth just 5 cents. But as many coin collectors know, the true value of a coin lies in its rarity, condition, and sometimes, even the smallest of minting errors. While most of the 1975 Jefferson nickels were struck in large numbers and are still fairly common, some coins from this year stand out for their exceptional rarity and potential to be worth significantly more than their face value. So, what exactly makes the 1975 Jefferson nickel so special? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. The majority of these coins have been used in daily transactions and have experienced some level of wear and tear. Coins that have been circulated for decades often show signs of damage, such as scratches, discoloration, and dings. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or kept in mint condition are much rarer and much more valuable to collectors. In addition to condition, another factor that can make the 1975 Jefferson nickel more valuable is the possibility of minting errors. If you're new to coin collecting, you might not be aware that minting errors are highly prized in the world of numismatics. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the production of the coin, whether it's a double strike, an off-center print, or an incorrect die used during the minting process. Minting errors make coins unique, and collectors are always on the lookout for these flawed coins because they can be worth a small fortune. For the 1975 Jefferson nickel, there are a few notable errors to keep an eye out for. One of the most common errors is the double die error, where the image on the coin is struck twice, leading to a blurry or doubled appearance. This can happen on both the obverse and the reverse of the coin, and it's a rare phenomenon that can make the coin much more valuable. There are also cases where the coins are struck off-center, leading to a distorted image that makes the coin stand out from the rest. These minting mistakes can make a 1975 Jefferson nickel incredibly rare, and in some cases, it can drastically increase its value. So, now you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1975 Jefferson nickel be worth? If you happen to have a nickel that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it's already worth more than the standard 5-cent value. However, if you've got a coin with a minting error, the value could be even higher. Coins with errors or in near-perfect condition have been known to fetch significant prices at auction, with some going for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. But here's the big surprise: if you have one of these rare 1975 Jefferson nickels with exceptional condition or a minting error, it could be worth as much as $33,000. That's right, $33,000 for a single 1975 Jefferson nickel. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 5 cents could fetch such an incredible price, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition rule the day. If you happen to find a nickel from 1975 that's in near-perfect condition or has a minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Now, before you start checking every 1975 nickel in your collection, it's important to remember that not every coin will be worth this much. The key to determining the value is the condition and the presence of a minting error. If you're unsure about whether your coin could be worth more, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a numismatist or a trusted coin grading service. They can provide you with an accurate assessment of the coin's value and help you determine if it's a rare find. If you've got a 1975 Jefferson nickel or you come across one in your change, don't overlook it. It may seem like just another coin, but in the world of coin collecting, it could be a real hidden gem. Who knows, maybe you're the lucky owner of a coin worth thousands of dollars. Today, we've got something truly exciting to talk about. We're diving into a coin that you might have overlooked, the 1988 Jefferson nickel. This seemingly ordinary coin, worth just 5 cents, might not look like much, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. You might be holding onto a hidden gem, and you might not even know it. The Jefferson nickel is one of the longest-running and most recognizable coins in U.S. history, having been minted since 1938. This nickel was designed to honor President Thomas Jefferson, one of the key figures in America's founding. The obverse features a well-known profile of Jefferson, while the reverse showcases his beloved home, Monticello. It's a classic design that's been in circulation for decades, but today we're focusing on the 1988 version of this iconic coin. At first glance, a 1988 Jefferson nickel might seem just like any other coin in your pocket. But what many people don't realize is that certain factors, such as the coin's condition and any minting errors, can dramatically affect its value. Coins like these might not seem worth much at face value, but in the right condition and with the right attributes, they can be worth a whole lot more. Now, let's get into what makes the 1988 Jefferson nickel unique. The first thing that sets this coin apart is the rarity of finding one in mint condition. Coins that have been circulated for years naturally show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, or even small dents. But finding a 1988 Jefferson nickel that has been carefully preserved, free from damage, and in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. The value of such a coin skyrockets compared to a typical circulated coin, but it doesn't stop there. One of the most exciting things for collectors is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors can happen when something goes wrong during the production of a coin, and these errors often make the coin more desirable. From double strikes to off-center prints, minting errors create a unique and rare coin that can bring in a much higher value. For the 1988 Jefferson nickel, coins with errors are incredibly sought after, and if you've got one, you could be holding onto something truly special. Some of the more common minting errors found on the 1988 Jefferson nickel include things like double die strikes, where the image on the coin appears blurry or duplicated due to being struck more than once. Off-center strikes are another type of error that can increase a coin's value. These mistakes cause part of the design to be cut off or shifted, which results in a coin that looks completely different from the rest. These types of minting anomalies make a coin stand out and could easily turn a humble nickel into a highly sought-after collector's item. Now that you know about the rarity and potential minting errors, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1988 Jefferson nickel actually be worth? Most people might think of it as just a 5-cent coin, and in most cases, that's true. But for rare and well-preserved coins, or those with minting errors, the value can go way beyond face value. A well-preserved 1988 Jefferson nickel could be worth hundreds of dollars, but the big surprise comes with the possibility of finding one that's worth even more. If you happen to own a 1988 Jefferson nickel in mint condition, or better yet, a rare error coin, it could be worth a jaw-dropping $37,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $37,000 for a single 1988 Jefferson nickel. It might seem unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. If your coin is one of the few that has escaped circulation in perfect condition, or if it happens to have a minting error that makes it one of a kind, its value can skyrocket to unimaginable heights. So, what should you do if you come across a 1988 Jefferson nickel in your collection or in your change jar? The first step is to examine it closely. If the coin shows no signs of wear and is in mint condition, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. You might also want to check for any visible minting errors like double strikes or off-center prints. If you spot something that doesn't look right, it's time to have the coin professionally evaluated and graded by a trusted numismatist. even if your 1988 Jefferson nickel doesn't have a minting error, don't dismiss it too quickly. A coin in uncirculated condition is still valuable, and the more well-preserved it is, the higher its potential worth. A simple grading can reveal whether it's truly a rare find, so it's always worth getting an expert's opinion. In the world of coin collecting, you just never know what treasure might be hiding in your collection. A 1988 Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin, but with the right condition or error, it could be worth thousands of dollars. So, if you have a 1988 nickel sitting around, it's time to take a closer look. You could be holding on to something much more valuable than you ever imagined. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1988 Jefferson nickel. I hope you're inspired to take a second look at your coins and maybe start digging through your collection to find hidden treasures. Today, we've got a real treat for you as we explore one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. You might have come across this coin in your spare change or seen it in a coin collection, but did you know that this seemingly ordinary nickel could be worth a fortune? That's right, this 5-cent piece, which was minted over 60 years ago, could hold a hidden value that could make you thousands of dollars richer. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, and it's named after the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. On the obverse of the coin, we see Jefferson's portrait, which has become one of the most recognizable images in American numismatics. On the reverse, we're greeted with an image of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades, making the Jefferson nickel one of the most enduring and beloved coins in U.S. history. Now, let's focus on the 1964 Jefferson nickel. This coin was struck during an interesting period in American history. The year 1964 was one of transition and change. The country was still in the midst of the post-World War II economic boom, but political and cultural changes were beginning to take root. For coin collectors, the 1964 Jefferson nickel represents a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning its practices, making this particular year's coin a piece of American history. At face value, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is worth just 5 cents, but that's not the whole story. What makes this particular coin so special is its rarity in certain conditions. Coins that have been in circulation for decades naturally experience wear and tear, resulting in scratches, discoloration, and general signs of use. However, some 1964 Jefferson nickels have survived in excellent, uncirculated condition, and these are the ones that hold the greatest value. In fact, even a coin that's in average condition may be worth more than its face value, depending on its rarity, but what truly sets the 1964 Jefferson nickel apart is the possibility of minting errors. These errors can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a rare and valuable collectible. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, whether it's a misalignment of the die, a double strike, or a planchet defect. These mistakes are extremely rare, and when they occur, they create unique coins that collectors are eager to get their hands on. A minting error on a 1964 Jefferson nickel could greatly increase its value, making it worth much more than its original face value. One common minting error for the 1964 Jefferson nickel is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing a blurry or duplicated design. This kind of error can happen on either side of the coin and can make the image appear doubled or unclear. Another possible minting error is an off-center strike, which occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. This can result in part of the design being cut off, creating a coin with an unusual appearance. Both of these errors are highly sought after by collectors and can drastically increase the coin's value. Another important factor to consider when assessing the value of the 1964 Jefferson nickel is its condition. A coin in uncirculated or near mint condition is always more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. When coins are kept in pristine condition, they're far rarer than the millions that were used in daily transactions, making them much more valuable. If you happen to find a 1964 Jefferson nickel that's in mint condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear, you could be sitting on a valuable treasure. but what is the potential value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error? Well, you may be surprised to learn that this small 5-cent coin can actually be worth a staggering $36,000, that's right, $36,000 for a single 1964 Jefferson nickel. It's hard to believe that something so small could fetch such a large amount of money, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and minting errors are everything. If your 1964 Jefferson nickel is in pristine, uncirculated condition or has a rare minting error, it could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. Now, before you start rushing to check all of your 1964 nickels, it's important to understand that not every 1964 Jefferson nickel will be worth that much. The value is based on factors like the coin's condition and whether it has a minting error or unique feature. If you do think you found a rare version of this coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a trusted numismatist or coin grading service. A professional evaluation will give you an accurate understanding of the coin's value and help you determine whether it's worth anything more than just 5 cents. If you happen to have a 1964 Jefferson nickel in your collection or find one in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Whether it's the coin's pristine condition or the possibility of a minting error, this small nickel could be hiding a fortune. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1964 Jefferson nickel. I hope you found this video as exciting as I did. Today we have something really exciting to discuss that could change the way you look at your spare change. We're talking about a coin that many might overlook at first glance, the 1994 Jefferson nickel. While most people think of it as just a 5-cent coin, there's much more to this little gem than meets the eye. If you're lucky enough to have one, or even a handful, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of American history that might be worth thousands. The Jefferson nickel is one of the most iconic coins in the United States. First minted in 1938, it features the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design has remained fairly consistent throughout the years, and it's a coin that most people are familiar with. However, the 1994 version of this nickel is where things get really interesting, especially if you know what to look for. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these Jefferson nickels, but here's the thing, like with many coins, it's not the quantity that makes them valuable, it's the rarity and condition. The 1994 Jefferson nickel, in most cases, is still just worth 5 cents, but there's a catch. In pristine, uncirculated condition, this coin can fetch a higher value. But that's not all. There's a much rarer version of this coin that can send its value into the thousands. Minting errors. Minting errors are a major driving force behind a coin's value. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a unique coin that stands out from the rest. Minting errors can happen in many forms: off-center strikes, double strikes, or even coins with incorrect dies. When these mistakes occur, the coin becomes a collector's dream, and these kinds of error coins are highly sought after in the numismatic world. For the 1994 Jefferson nickel, there are several minting errors that could increase its value significantly. One of the most common is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing parts of the design to overlap or appear double-printed. This can happen on either the obverse or the reverse of the coin, and if you have a 1994 Jefferson nickel with this error, you could have a coin that's much more valuable than you think. Another potential minting error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process, causing the design to be struck in the wrong position. This can result in a coin where part of the design is missing, or it might appear skewed to one side. Off-center strikes are particularly sought after by collectors because they make the coin look unique and, in many cases, rare. Beyond minting errors, the condition of the 1994 Jefferson nickel plays a big role in determining its value. Most of the 1994 nickels that were in circulation are likely to show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, or general damage from being used over the years. However, there's a small group of these coins that have been carefully preserved in uncirculated condition. These coins are often referred to as mint state, and they are much rarer than coins that have been circulated. When a coin is uncirculated, it means that it hasn't been through the daily grind of transactions, and it retains its original appearance and luster. Now, let's get to the big question: how much could a 1994 Jefferson nickel be worth? Well, you might be surprised. While most 1994 nickels are still worth just 5 cents, the value of a coin can skyrocket depending on its condition and any minting errors. A well-preserved 1994 Jefferson nickel in mint condition can be worth a significant amount more than face value. But if you happen to find a rare 1994 nickel with a minting error, you could be sitting on a true treasure. If you find yourself with a 1994 Jefferson nickel that's in excellent condition, or one that has a minting error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single 1994 Jefferson nickel. It's hard to believe, right? A small 5-cent coin could potentially be worth that much, but it all comes down to rarity, condition, and the uniqueness of the coin. If you have one of these rare error coins, or if your coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition, you could be holding a valuable piece of history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. So, before you dismiss that 1994 Jefferson nickel sitting in your change jar or tucked away in your collection, take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a rare coin that could be worth thousands. The key is knowing what to look for, whether it's minting errors like double strikes or off-center prints, or simply a well-preserved example that hasn't seen the light of day for decades. If you're unsure about the value of your 1994 Jefferson nickel, consider getting it professionally graded. A numismatist or trusted coin grader can help you determine whether it's a rare find and give you an accurate idea of its value in the current market. So, there you have it, your 5-cent coin could be worth a fortune. Thanks for joining us today, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Happy hunting, and good luck with your coin collecting adventures. Today we're diving into a hidden treasure from the United States Mint, something that might be sitting in your pocket or in an old coin jar right now. We're talking about the 1985 Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin that could actually be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. This is one of those coins that many people overlook, but trust me, if you've got one in the right condition, it could change your understanding of what a small coin is truly worth. For many collectors, the Jefferson nickel is a familiar face. It's been a staple of American currency since 1938, with the design honoring President Thomas Jefferson. On the front, we see his iconic profile, and on the reverse, you'll find his beloved home, Monticello. These details have remained the same for decades, creating a timeless design that is recognized all over the world. The 1985 Jefferson nickel was part of a long line of this coin, but something unique about the 1985 version makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. Most of the 1985 Jefferson nickels you come across won't be worth more than their face value, 5 cents. However, the true value of this coin lies in its rarity and the condition it's in. Like many coins that have circulated for years, most 1985 nickels show signs of wear. After all, these coins were made for daily use. But here's the catch: some of these nickels were lucky enough to escape the wear and tear of circulation. In perfect, uncirculated condition, a 1985 Jefferson nickel can hold much more value than you might think. What really makes a coin like the 1985 Jefferson nickel valuable is its rarity in pristine condition. A coin that's never been in circulation, or one that's been very carefully preserved, is considered mint state. The more pristine the coin, the rarer it is, and that directly increases its value. So, if you've got a 1985 Jefferson nickel that still shines like it just came off the minting press, you could be in for a nice surprise. But that's not all. The value of your coin could increase even more if you discover that it has one of the most coveted features in coin collecting: minting errors. Minting errors are exactly what they sound like: mistakes that happen during the coin production process. These errors result in unique coins that stand out from the rest, and that rarity is what makes them highly desirable. There are a variety of errors that can occur, from double die strikes to off-center impressions, and these errors can transform a simple nickel into a valuable collector's item. For the 1985 Jefferson nickel, some of the more common minting errors to watch out for include double die errors, where the design is duplicated or blurred due to a misalignment of the dies. If you happen to find one of these, you've got yourself a rare gem on your hands. Another error that can increase a 1985 Jefferson nickel's value is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not aligned properly in the machine, causing part of the design to be cut off or shifted. Off-center strikes make the coin look unusual, and in the world of coin collectors, that unique look can translate to big money. Error coins are always highly sought after, and a 1985 Jefferson nickel with one of these imperfections could be worth far more than its original 5-cent face value. Now, I know what you're probably wondering: how much could a 1985 Jefferson nickel actually be worth? Well, if you've been lucky enough to find one in mint condition or with a rare minting error, the value can skyrocket. In fact, certain 1985 Jefferson nickels have been known to sell for an impressive $44,000, yes, you heard that right, $44,000 for a single 1985 Jefferson nickel. It might sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, a mint condition coin or one with a rare error can fetch prices well beyond what most people would expect. This is why it's so important to carefully examine your coins before you dismiss them. A small 5-cent coin could be worth a fortune if it's been well preserved or has a rare minting flaw. So, what should you do if you find a 1985 Jefferson nickel in your collection or stumble across one in your change jar? First, examine the coin closely. Is it in pristine, uncirculated condition? Does it show any signs of minting errors, like a double die strike or off-center print? If you spot anything unusual, it could be worth a second look, and possibly a professional evaluation. If you're unsure about the coin's value, you might want to have it graded by a professional coin grader. They'll be able to tell you exactly what kind of condition it's in and whether it's worth more than just 5 cents. If your coin is truly a rare find, it could be worth thousands, and the grading process will help determine its true market value. Coin collecting can be a thrilling and rewarding hobby, especially when you uncover rare and valuable pieces like the 1985 Jefferson nickel. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been at it for years, this is one coin you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for. A simple nickel could turn out to be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for. Thanks for joining us today to learn more about the 1985 Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on more exciting coin discoveries. Until next time, happy collecting, and good luck with your coin hunting adventures.